Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sklar Country, the virus edition, aka the Pandy Pods,
AKA Two Fellows, No Salt Bellows.
aka with artistic spice and graphics to entice. It's our visual chef of the nice, Mr. Jeffrey Tice.
Oh.
Huddletron, aka Mike Huddleston, aka Huddlestein, aka the aka guy, aka Old Zealand, coming through, calling out Jeff Tice, our buddy who did the poster. And look, Mike Huddleston did the best, the nicest, like flyer living. I'm going to call it like a living flyer.
Yeah, living flyer.
Living flyer for the live Dumb People Town, which is, there are still some, we opened up some extra tickets, but it's a low ticket alert, guys. There are very few left. Jump on it now if you haven't already. This Saturday night, 6:30 West Coast time, 9:30 East Coast time. I don't know what time it is in New Zealand. Huddletron, you got to help me. You got to help me with the time conversion.
It's the next day at, I think, noon.
So enjoy that. But the Eventbrite.com live Dumb People Town, but Huddletron did a great one there. Let's jump into it because we got stories right now. And I get it. I get it right now. Everybody needs, especially right now, things are getting
this moment.
In this
things
moment,
are
things
locking
getting
down,
tighter.
It's getting colder. It's like a sweater around our bodies.
So we all need a little something to get by. Maybe a little something extra. Okay,
if you're a drinker, maybe you're drinking a little bit more than you normally do.
If you're a weed smoker, maybe you're packing a bowl a little bit lighter. If you're a woman from Japan, maybe you're considering
not lighter, higher.
If you're a woman from Japan, maybe you're considering suicide because those suicide rates are going way up,
through the roof,
skyrocketing
through the roof.
Suffice to say that people are doing whatever they can to get through right now. I personally have been like just allowing my kids to do whatever. You want to get your homework done at 1 a.m? I don't give a shit. You want to watch this? Go for it. I really don't care. Like, it's not my place in these last 2 weeks to tell them what to do. I just feel like I don't have that. I can't do it.
We're off that clock.
I'm off that thing. I don't want to be the hammer that drops down. I can't be their parent. I have to help them out right now. That's just the way it goes. But that's the truth. Even the animals need a little something, Jay.
That's right. I agree.
This next story is a perfect example. And I have to say, for me, watching this video over and over again, that's what gets me through.
Right. When you
Watch
find
this
something
video
that feels good, like the video of the Yo Dre, check this out.
Yeah.
That's another great video.
Do you mean the Christmas lights? That's the greatest thing ever. That's crazy.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that and we'll post it up.
But this video, yes, this is a savior.
So we highly recommend that you watch it. Here we go. A Minnesota woman. By the way, I'm not convinced that this woman knows what she's doing, and we'll figure out kind of who she is throughout this story.
Minnesota.
A Minnesota gal removes some bad pears from her refrigerator. How long do you think they were in her refrigerator?
Pears take so long to go bad. I
How
found pears in
long
my
do you think
refrigerator and cut them up and gave them to my kids, and they loved them.
How long do you think these bad pears were in her refrigerator?
2 to 3 years.
That's right. I was going to say the same thing.
2 to 3 years.
Right? She took them out of her refrigerator and then left them outside for squirrels. Is that something that you do?
Never done that in my life.
Never done that in my life.
If I see something that's gone bad, I throw it in the trash can.
Or compost it or recycle it or whatever. I can not recycle it, but throw it in your green can. I don't know. I can think of
first of all, do you want to invite a bunch of squirrels hanging? Squirrels,
Just
as we
handing
said
out,
before,
looking for food?
Squirrels, in another story that we covered, invited fleas to bite Johnny Rotten's penis.
Okay, I know they look cute, but god damn it.
Squirrels are rats with better tails and better marketing.
And a more savvy publicist. That is it. They're all still wild animals too. There's the video of the guy who feeds the raccoons a bunch of Cheez-It on his front porch, and they're all super fat because he's fed all these raccoons. They will up and kill him.
Once he decides to stop feeding them.
Once the Cheez-It is gone, then it's time to go home.
So are you, sir.
That's right.
So are you.
They would gladly eat your face off if you came too close to the bad pears that you're leaving out. So she left the bad fruit out, which if you love animals, is it a good thing to leave rotten fruit out for animals? Mm-hmm. I have so many questions as what this woman is doing. I don't know. Maybe it is, but I don't know the answer to that. And I, by the way, was watching Alone season 4 the other night. I'm now on season 5. The 2 big, dumb Canadian hockey brothers found a rotten fish in their gill net. And I was saying to myself, I think they can eat it. And they were like, should we eat it? No. I don't want to tell you what happens to them, but like they ate it.
That's bad.
But I didn't know. They didn't know. So if those dudes didn't know, and I don't know if this woman should be leaving the fruit out.
She should not be leaving the fruit out.
Hey, you could check There's probably a way you could figure it out, like do a
Probably
quick
call someone.
If you're not on
Quick
dial-up, yeah, Google it up. God, you can guess what happened to them. Anyway, I don't know for sure. These guys are survivalists, and they don't know for sure. So I think it's safe to say the woman has no clue.
She didn't know. She didn't know what she was doing.
whatsoever. She's like, it's rotten. Some animal can eat it for all I care. That's what she said
For
about.
all I care is a nice phrase that she puts on a lot of her phrases.
That's what she said about the pears.
Eat dinner or don't eat dinner for all I care.
This is the type of person who adds for all I care.
Go to bed whenever you want for all I care.
For no one in particular. That's who she says it to. No one in particular on everything. You guys can divide it up amongst yourselves for all I care. She said that before.
Go to your brother's funeral alone for all I care.
The baby can eat microwave. Baby can eat microwave popcorn for all I care.
For all I care is a very big phrase for this woman.
I'm only its great grandmother. It's
It's
for all I care.
for all I care.
So she left bad fruit
I'll
out.
sleep outside for all I care.
She left bad fruit out. Squirrels can eat it for all I care. Saw the squirrels poking around. One of which was captured on a home video looking drunk from the fermented fruit.
So grapes, when they ferment,
become wine.
they become wine. And you can make apple wine. You can make all kinds of wine. You pear cider. Pear makes a cider.
Okay, so the old pears I left out for the squirrels had apparently fermented. Whoops, she said. Whoops, you could have killed that squirrel. Not that it matters. She's like, whoops is not my problem.
Yeah.
Whoops is like, that's for the squirrel to deal with.
Whoops is like someone else has got to deal with that.
That cute rat ate some toxic shit, huh? Katie Morlock.
Morlock sounds like someone
She sounds like
who has like potions.
She's more
and
of a
spells.
warlock than a warlock. She's a
Than a
Morlock.
witch. She's a Morlock.
Katie
Sometimes
Morlock-
less is Morlock.
She took the video, told the Minneapolis-based Fox 9 that the squirrel first ate a little bit, then ran away. But when it came back, he was clearly inebriated.
So he went. So this is like the story of addiction.
Yeah. Went away, couldn't stay away, came back,
Told his wife, "Hey, I got to go out and check for some nuts," and then all of a sudden he's back at the pear bar.
addicted to the pear sauce.
This is like
He's like a little furry Nick Cage in Leaving Las Vegas. He can't stop it.
get Squirrel Elizabeth Shue in there.
He's got a fermented fruit problem. He's got Elizabeth Shue problem. If the Elizabeth Shue doesn't fit,
The Elizabeth Shue's on the other foot is what I would say at this point.
once she realized what was going on, she took the forbidden fruit away, but not before making a number of videos. So she didn't step right in and figure it out. She was like, let me get this drunk. And by the way, thank you for doing it.
I am
Thank you
proud of
posting
her
it.
for doing that. I do think that her lack of morals provided us with a
Her
wonderful
video shows the critter in an apparent daze, teetering.
just like falling back and almost
Teeter-
like laughing. It's like almost slow motion. It's so wonderful.
teetering on its hind legs.
Does this beat Squirrel on water skis?
Yeah.
It's way up there.
I would like to see this squirrel get on a pair of water skis and
When
do it
he's
on the
drunk.
lake. Teetering on his hind legs with his front leg paws in the fruit bowl over the weekend. He looked like every dude on spring break who said, I can't do another shot, and then does three.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Okay.
He held on to the bowl like there's no gravity in this world.
like
And
if he let go, he'd like be gone out into the universe, out on his way to Mars.
the way a drunk dude holds on to the roof of a car. Like that's it. It was
Funny
so
to watch. It was really funny to watch.
Mainly because he looked like half the people at Sturgis at 9 a.m. I mean, for one thing, he wasn't wearing a mask and he was drunk AF.
Yeah.
The squirrel appears to wobble and sway, his feet steady on a wood block, but his head starts tilting on one side and then snapping to the other.
Snap back. It was like he was falling asleep. It's
Drunk Squirrel should be the name of a Minnesota-based hard pear cider. You said it earlier, Jay.
yes.
Can
Drunk
we get on
Squirrel.
this?
Let's make it happen.
Please tell me this is currently in production somewhere. Drunk Squirrel. Hey, we'll take a couple of drunk squirrels. That's it.
Give me 2 drunk squirrels and
With a twist.
and she's gonna have a rosé.
Look, drunk squirrels, it leaves you disoriented.
It messes with your mind. It basically makes you think that Kirk Cousins can lead the Vikings to the Super Bowl.
He might. You never know. They're still in striking distance. Those pears were sold. I bet they fermented. If they were sold, why did you leave them out?
Why'd you leave them in your
out?
fridge in the first place?
I don't know. Just seemed funny. I left it
Okay.
outside. And then he got drunk, and I did not mean to do that. So I went out and grabbed all the pears. Not after you shot the video. You didn't just go right out.
Which is fine, by the way.
I mean, I was pretty drunk myself, you know? I mean, whoops. Yeah, whoops. Whoops. I took a bite of that pear myself, and woo!
okay, fine.
You know she took a bite just to see what it would do to her before she threw them away. She's that type of person. Yeah. She's the type of person
Smelled
that would
it, took a bite.
She'd try Gainsburger.
Yeah, she tried Gainsburger.
She probably composted them, and no, kidding. There's no way she composts things. The squirrel, which she described as a frequent backyard visitor named Lil Red, what? Appeared to have recovered from his binge the next day. Lil Red sounds like a squirrel rapper.
Yeah.
A tiny rapping squirrel. That should be the next character in the new Alvin and the Chipmunks movie.
Lil Red.
Lil Red, a rapping squirrel that gets drunk off fermented pears. Come on.
Nut Job 3.
Rolls up in a tricked out wall, like roller skate with hydraulics. Come on. In the morning, he came back for his little hangover breakfast, and he's been fine ever since. His little hangover breakfast?
Don't be so pejorative. You got
Come on, little hair of the pear that bit you. And sugars in the fruit can ferment in a fermenter if exposed to yeast.
So if it's exposed to yeast in a fridge, then they can
discarded fermented fruit has been linked to similar incidents in the past, including a pack of drunken raccoons. I saw this spotted in Canada last fall, and another pack in West Virginia, thought to have had rabies. Do you really want to come across a bunch of drunks?
Well, they thought they had rabies, but it found out that they had only gotten drunk on crab apples, which I love that idea. I think we need to get more animals drunk.
I agree. Stumbling around, drunk off fermented crab. If you ran into in a dark night, saw a bunch of drunk raccoons.
A pack of drunk raccoons, I'd be terrified.
Whenever we saw back in the day when crowds existed, a pack of drunk people, it would always scare me, because if one person kind of recognizes and we didn't want to go drinking with them because we had other stuff to do that night, then they get mad at you.
It gets violent.
Then it gets violent. They'll turn on you like a pack of raccoons.
Yes.
What? Dude.
You need a safe distance.
I don't miss large groups of drunken people. I miss groups of people. I don't miss large groups of drunken people.
Yeah.
If you need your fix to watching drunk behavior, this is what I say. Watch this squirrel drunk off his nut, holding on for dear life.
Love this squirrel.
Like a bachelorette at Mardi Gras with no beads left and 3 hours until the hotel shuttle's got to take her to the airport. Someone hold his hair back.
Someone hold his
little
squirrel
bushy tail back, because
Yep.
he is about to go. And that is our first story.
There you go.
Down in the books. When we come back, okay, it's 2 a.m. at a WAWA in Florida. 2 a.m. at a WAWA.
You got to go down there if you want to have fun.
Go down to WAWA in Florida. 2 a.m. at a WAWA in Florida. Nothing good can happen. We'll tell you what happens on the other side of this break. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This Saturday, we said it. Live Dome Peopletown. There's still some tickets left. We released some new tickets. Eventbrite.com, 6:30 p.m. Come to the pre-show hang. It's going to be a blast. Post-show hang's all sold out. General admission sold out, and the VIPs are sold out. But there are still some group tickets, still some couples tickets, and still some Ticket Plus. We'd love to see you there. It's going to be a blast. The Dollop, Dave Anthony, Gareth Reynolds, music by Mac Lethal. There's merch. We're signing posters, and we got T-shirts that we're selling. All giving money to 100% of the money goes to, or most of the money goes to other than the production of them.
But 100%, yeah, 100% of the
proceeds will go to
two charities, one for
charities.
seniors and one for kids.
So it's going to be a blast. And thanks to all those who came to the stereo discussion yesterday. That was so much fun.
Love it. We're going to be doing one next Tuesday as well.
Next Tuesday, the stereo discussion. Get the free stereo app. Follow us, and then we'll let you know. We're going to have like a little discussion. You can leave
usually
voicemails.
Tuesdays at noon. Maybe next Tuesday at noon on the 15th, and then on the 17th, next Thursday at noon. We're crossing our fingers.
We'll do that too. Fingers crossed. Okay, should we jump into this, Jay?
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. at a WAWA in Florida. What in the world could go wrong is what I ask you.
I must be lonely.
Everyone behave themselves. There's no story. All right, guys, that's the show. Thanks so much. Good night.
No,
Kidding. Absolutely not. No way. More like a huge ball broke out and a man lost his pants in the process.
A man literally fought out of his pants.
Literally and figuratively lost his pants. You ready for this story?
I don't think any of these people are ready for this story, but we got to get into it.
There are killer quotes, and everybody at the WAWA at 2 a.m. in Florida acted like you expected them to act.
Yeah, isn't it great? It's like when star players in like a playoff game all like get their
LeBron's
points.
going to show up and get his points.
And then you're like, okay, these guys are the LeBron of dumb behavior.
Okay, here we go.
Drunken behavior. They showed up and they got points. They got rebounds. They did everything. They filled up the stat sheet.
They filled up the stat sheet with their stupidity, and you wonder why it's difficult to get people to wear masks in this country.
Watch this video. And you'll
These
see.
people are out there. Here we go. Lauderhill.
Not Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, which is itself a bit of a shit show.
Right, but this is anytime you hear of a place in Florida that sounds like places you know that are already shit shows, these are like, this place is 9
Key
times worse.
East, Miami. Tampa.
Jacksontown.
Orlando.
Pensacola Heights.
The brawlers in a South Florida Wawa were bearing much more than knuckles with one man's pants falling to his knees. All right, what are you, the New York Post?
Relax, Orlando.com. Be cool.
Okay, this is South Florida. Okay, the man videotaping the action and providing the colorful commentary that made it go viral told News 6 partner Local 10 News that he was doing that to try and make light of a situation so the men would stop fighting. He's trying to use comedy to fight it.
I don't think he really is. I think he's just trying to get a video to go viral.
Okay, the guy commenting the fight isn't the reason this went viral.
Yeah, let's not give his commentary too much credit.
The fact that one dude's pants fell off at a Wawa at 2 a.m. in the middle of a fight,
and
that's
he
why
kept fighting.
Okay.
He didn't even notice it. To fight so hard that your pants come off and then to keep fighting, you're missing two things: self-awareness and a belt.
And pants.
And pants in a minute.
Brawls happen all the time at Wawa's after hours. That's just what, if you're going to a Wawa in Florida after, I would say, 1 a.m. or midnight,
Expect to get jumped.
expect to get hit in the ear so hard that you won't hear. You're going to get tinnitus.
Yes.
The reason why this brawl happened.
Tinnitus is the nightest.
Tinnitus is the nightest. You're going to get tinnitus. The reason why this brawl happened is so funny. Like, I love the reason so much. Neither of the men were injured, and we have learned that the fight around 2 a.m. Monday started when one of the men opened the door for the other.
And the other guy didn't appreciate that.
It's amazing to me. One guy opens the door for another. A nice gesture.
Something I would do all the time.
The one guy tried.
Especially now. You don't have to touch the door. I opened it.
No good deed goes unpunished. Am I right? Confucius say, open the door for a man at Wawa at 2 a.m. in Florida. You will lose more than your pants in the process. That is
he was
the truth.
right.
By late Tuesday afternoon, video of the altercation posted on Twitter by Wawa customer Darren Rollins had more than 3.6 million views on social media. That is insane.
That is the coronavirus of viral videos.
That is a viral video right there. The all-out fistfight took place near the front register of the Wawa in Lauderhill, which was more fortified with bulletproof glass than, I would say, the Denver U.S. Mint, and we've been there.
Yeah.
We've been to the Denver U.S. Mint.
Some thick glass in there. They know what goes down.
You can see a store employee try to break apart the men before he too fell to the ground. By the way, let him fight it out. They're going to lose pants. You
Please
could
let 'em
get
fight it
something in
out.
your ear that you didn't
You don't
want.
own this place. You don't need to lay out
By the way,
for this
the
one.
corn nuts and a couple of copies of the magazine jugs are not worth saving if they get knocked off the stand. Who
That's
cares?
Right. Let them fight it out until they're out of breath. It's like a hockey fight.
That's right.
Let them go to the ground.
They both look so out of shape.
They're
that
each having like 3 to 4 heart attacks every 2 minutes.
This is going to take 2 minutes. Rollins, the man who recorded the scuffle on his cell phone, said he just walked in the store after recording his late night podcast.
What?
What is happening?
What is his podcast?
You got to say the name of the podcast, Rollins. Come on. Use the article as promotion, son. He also provided the commentary that helped make this video so popular on social media. What is his podcast? Does he live action call brawls at Wawa at 2 a.m.? Does he go around looking for fights?
World star announcer?
Among Rollins' comments, take him up to the sky, up top chicken box, pull up your pants, fam. Those are good comments.
Take him up to the sky is a good one.
I mean, more trenchant words have not been spoken at a UFC event. Okay, I can tell you that.
I
Rollins, by the way.
I watch UFC. I was caught watching UFC the other night, and I saw the most violent takedown that I was like,
I can't stop watching UFC.
It's so good and fascinating.
Rogan is so good as an announcer on
He
there.
was so good. He wasn't announcing this one. It was
he is
violent.
so good. Okay, Rollins also trying to play mediator. He's got too much to do. Why is he doing so much? He shouldn't mediate and call the fight.
Let Rogan call the fight.
They don't tell Joe Rogan go up and referee that fight. No, he calls the fight and that's it.
It's 2 a.m. in the morning.
Just let go. That is all you got to do, he said. Just let go is not something either of them know how to do. Don't you understand that?
No. They've
let themselves go.
Right. They've let when it comes to their own health, both of them have just let go.
But just letting go, it's why one man got into a fight with another man who opened a door for him. Do you understand?
He can't let anything go.
Exactly. It's why he doesn't have custody of his kids anymore.
That's why he got into 7 fights on Facebook earlier that night.
Yeah, it's why he's not allowed at his family's Thanksgiving in perpetuity.
Thank you.
He can't let go of anything. But that fight continued with the man falling to the ground again. Oh, yeah. They are not going to listen to reason. Do you hear it, Rollins?
Or a guy with a late night podcast.
I was trying to diffuse it by then because it wasn't really a fight, Rollins said in the interview to Local 10. Oh, that's why you're trying to diffuse it. Because it had stopped becoming a fight. And you're like, for the good of the world, I'm going to...
Don't try to make yourself into a good Samaritan, all right, Rollins? Yeah. Just be like, this thing was funny as hell. I was like, this thing's going to go viral. I'm just going to talk my way through this thing and watch this thing and then post this thing.
This was an insult to fighting, according to Rollins, I guess. And I guess he does a late night podcast about fighting. The technicalities of what makes this a real fight, I guess.
That's what he specializes in, I guess.
Lost on Rollins right here. They were just kind of hugging each other, quote, because his pants were down and it was embarrassing. So I like you guys. I was like, you guys can end it now. Rollins, do you not know anything? You let that thing go.
When the pants come down, that's when you say more.
That's when you encourage it. It needs to go on. When the embarrassment happens, that's when you lean into it.
That's the first rule of podcasting.
You know that? You know that. You do a late night podcast, don't
you, should
Rollins?
know that. You should know that, brother.
As Lauderhill police, not Lauderdale, Lauderhill police arrived. One of them men was seen running out the front door. That's when Rollins learned why the men got in the fight to begin with. I will say this about Rollins.
No, the guy, when he gets up to leave, like just runs straight out the door.
Yep.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
The video is
He's partially smiling.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
And this is when Rollins says he does like to get the bottom of the story. He said he had held the door for the other guy, and the other guy didn't appreciate it. Rollins said he wasn't feeling it. He told him, "Don't ever hold the door for me. I don't need no help." Well, you do need help with your English. I don't need no help as a double negative. It means you do need help. Is what it is.
Yeah.
I love that was an insult. It was an insult to his ability to open doors, right?
For himself.
He saw it as a guy thinking this guy couldn't open the door for himself. It's like the person in my neighborhood who sweeps up all in front of everyone's house. It's nice because you're like, oh my God, she's making the neighborhood so nice. But then in the back of your mind, you're like, does she think I'm not neat enough?
Yeah.
She feels like I got to clean this up because I can't stand looking at their mess.
Right.
What's in the back of their mind? You know what I'm saying? That he needed his help to get into the WAWA at 2 a.m. Then he had to show this dude.
I handle my business, man. You don't. No guy opens the door for me, and there definitely
it's like this: silently holding the door open for someone else. Them's fighting words,
right?
Is it?
I don't know.
Lauderhill police say that they did respond to an altercation. Both men declined to press charges. Yeah, because it wasn't a fight, according to Rollins, I guess, technically.
Yeah. Didn't you listen to the Rollins podcast wrap-up of the event?
No, nobody did. Jesus, I feel bad for Rollins. He needs more listeners. You understand? As for WAWA, they simply asked that the men not return. Well, that should be easy to enforce. I'd rather go in and break up a fight with a pantsless guy than have to have a picture next to the register.
And look at every single person to go in to make sure that this guy's not trying to sneak back into the WAWA.
Way to create more work for people who don't even want to be there in the first place.
That's right.
Jesus, WAWA.
Come on.
And that's how we do it. That is the show, you guys. Love it. Love you guys. Stay connected. Stay protected. Don't get infected. Wear a mask, guys. This is not a hoax.
But we've got the jokes.
We love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da.